I'm waiting to 4 minutes to start. Giving everybody 4 minutes to join. Two more minutes. All right, so I'm gonna share my testimony. I don't know how long this video gonna be, but it's gonna be pretty long probably. So start off. Just start with my childhood. How the Lord brought me up. And things I've dealt with as a child. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me? Well, I'm gonna just share the video. As a kid, I had a rough upbringing, like real rough. Okay, I was real rough. As a kid, I used to deal with a lot of things spiritually. Like, I remember as a kid seeing like a lot of demons. I used to get attacked a lot in my sleep as well. I don't need a whopper, but all right. I had a rough upbringing. I dealt with a lot of spiritual warfare as a kid, even when it comes to physical things as well. Like my parents, they was kind of rough. My mom or dad didn't show me any love at all growing up, and I had to deal with it a certain way. So what I did was, like, every time I was in a room or like on punishment or something, I would be like talking to Jesus. I'd be talking to Jesus, and I just continue to just, I don't know how to explain it, but early on I built a relationship with Jesus like when I was a little kid. But besides that, I want to share like the things that was happening to me when I was like little. Like, I remember stories people would tell me, like even my dad would tell me that he tried to kill us like at a young age, and I would always ask why, but now I know why. He had spirits, like it was demons. It was demons he was dealing with. It was demons he was dealing with, and yeah, it was a long story. even how we was raised, like my godparents, she put me in church early too. That was really, I feel like the hand of God, because without her, I would barely be going to church. Mind you, my mom took me to church, but it wasn't like how my God, every Sunday when I was at my godparents' house, we went to church. Um, yeah, it was just it was just a rough upbringing. Like a lot of people, they used to say some crazy stuff to me, and I used to have to deal with it. But with me, I would always, have something to say. Like I wouldn't just let nobody just say something to me crazy. Even if they lied to me, I wouldn't let nobody lie to me. And just, that's why I used to always get whooped, because I always had something to say. Like I always had to get the last say so. And yeah, but early on, I was dealing with a lot of spiritual warfare. Like even my family, they did witchcraft, and I believe it was on both sides. So my dad's dad, they was a Native American. So my granddad is a Native American. So you know what type of stuff they be doing. And my grandma and her siblings and her mom, they did witchcraft back in the day, and it was known. And if you know, it's a city called Monticello, Florida. If you're from Monticello, Florida, you back in the day, like I say in the 90s and 80s and 70s probably, there was a lot of witchcraft being done. Even today, and my family was known as the Johnsons, and they did witchcraft heavily on people, and people was actually scared of them. I heard many stories from other people in Monticello, Florida. It's like right next to Tallahassee, which is the capital of Florida. It's like 30 minutes away. But like I said, I dealt with a lot of spiritual warfare. I remember getting attacked by demons, like punched, scratched, pulled out my bed. It's a lot of stuff they used to do to torment me as a kid. And I used to be scared, Even I remember one time I had a crazy sleep paralysis when a demon was like right in front of me, and I was standing up in front of it. And it was that one with the hat on, like a lot of kids see. And I remember I went to I went to daycare. And this lady, she used to come in there and talk to us, because we always dealt with child services for some reason. But I talked to her, I was like, I keep having it, because I didn't know I couldn't go to my mom about this. I couldn't go to nobody else, So I remember talking to her about it. I keep getting attacked in my sleep by demons and stuff, and I be saying them. Say, when that happens, you just gotta say the name of Jesus. And when I started doing that, it disappeared for a long time, And also I want to share what I was dealing with as a kid was lust. Like I got exposed to porn like early on, and lustful things. It was a lot of things that was going on. Man. I'm gonna share some of it. Like even my sister friends, like I remember they used to come over and they used to be like into me in a certain way, if you know what I mean. And I didn't really know what I was doing, but yeah, man, I had a lustful childhood. That's what I'm gonna say. I had a very lustful childhood. Like early on, I'm talking about in elementary, and I know it runs in my family, because my dad, he was out here in the streets and thugging. And my mom, I'm sure she had a fast life as well. Because I had to go to my grandparents to talk about it. Talk about my mom and them to see like how they grew up and stuff. But yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that tied in. And I was at a young age, we was always outside or playing a game. When we was outside, we was riding bikes in the neighborhood, doing bad kid things. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't really get too much in that detail, but we was doing something bad almost all the time. Or we just in the other neighborhoods, with our bikes, just riding through the streets, coming home before the light come on. Sometimes if we make it late, of course we get a whooping, you know. But as a kid, we used to be crazy. We always fight. It's not even, we was fighters because of people in our neighborhood, but also at home, we was fighting each other because of the guys who my mom would bring around, especially this one person, my little brother's dad. So it's my big sister, me and my twin brother, my other little brother, that's 20, gonna be 21, my brother that's 17, and my two little brothers that's twins, they 15, gonna be 16. And their dad, which is the one who my mom was with when I was little, used to make us fight and stuff at a very early age. So it was like rough. Like, and we even when we go out to his family house, like his grandparents and stuff, we would have to fight his little cousins and nephews like all the time, and it was crazy. Like it was just a bad experience overall dealing with certain people. And I remember I used to get jumped a lot of times, like a lot of times. And if we would tell, I remember my brother told my godparents, my twin brother, really I did, but they didn't know. We both told them. And my goddad, he got mad because he was making us fight and he didn't play that. My goddaddy had kicked my mom's boyfriend's car. He kicked the car and he put a dent in it, and they had made him leave because he was dropping us off. But no, they were supposed to be picking us up. But my mama don't be telling us. She just be letting stuff happen because she be so in love. That's another thing that was going on. My mom would choose the guys that she would be dating over her kids. Like she would act like she don't care. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes she did not care. She would get mad or just act crazy over the simplest things. Like, there's no. My mom used to tell me as a kid, like, I'm not her child, and that used to hurt me as a kid. I used to cry from when she used to tell me I'm not her child. Even if you're joking, you should never tell your child that they're not your child or you never want them. Like she used to tell me that stuff. I was never her child. She should have aborted me. That's a lot of stuff she used to say. As far as my dad, he would never say anything like that. But my dad had crazy anger issues, and he used to beat us like crazy with belts, not his hands. He used to beat us with a belt. Even some of our family members would lie to him to get us in trouble just so we can get a whipping because they know we were scared of our dad, in a certain way. And that jump was terrifying as well. But besides that, yeah, we had a rough upbringing. Now, me and my twin brother, our upbringing was kind of different than my other brothers. I could say we was the outcasts out of the family, even more so me. But both of us, it always felt like, I used to tell him this, it always felt like my mom never wanted us, like me and my twin brother. Like, that's how it felt like. It always felt like she never wanted us. Like, that's how it always felt. Even because my brother is gay, I ain't gonna say I'm okay with it, but, that's just who he is. But with me, it just like, I don't know, it just always felt like the outcast. I remember as a kid, I always felt rejected. Even like if I'm around them, laughing, playing, I always felt by myself for some reason. And that's why, mainly why I stay mostly to myself all the time. But I remember, so that was the rough childhood, just dealing with a lot of stuff spiritually. I even remember seeing Jesus too as a kid, through dreams. I remember one time I had a vision. I was like half asleep. He was laying in the bed and he was tossing me up in the air like I was a baby. Yeah, it is a lot of scratch. She was like a single mother, but I say it's because of her. It's not really her mistake because my dad did cheat on her, but she just lost. Like I feel like after that situation, my dad cheated on her, and let me see. My brother was born. My brother is 20, and I have another brother on my dad's side that's 20 as well. So that situation broke her, and she just was never the same. And I remember the same day she just changed, because my mom was, I ain't gonna say she was loving all the time. Even I say as a kid, I remember trying to lay on her, and she told me to, get the F off of me. And I'm a kid, bro. I'm like, you telling your own child to do, and it hurt my feelings, but my behind was still trying to lay on her, and then she ended up whooping me, But it just, I get it, having a lot of kids and you the single mother, it does something to you, it drives you crazy because she had 7 kids in one household, and that's a lot of stuff to deal with, But she had help. My grandma was helping her. I remember my godmother would help her. Really, my grandma, my great grandma, actually, not my grandma. My great grandma would be helping her. My great grandma used to send her money. A lot of people used to send her money, but they slowly found out, like as we got older, she was never using that money for us sometime. Even when she got child support, we always end up going on a trip, and then like 2 weeks later, money gone, or our house get robbed. But that's crazy. Our house always got robbed. It's crazy. Our house always got robbed, especially when we stayed in the hood. Um, but yeah, I understand that, she was dealing with a lot of stuff from having a lot of kids. But I don't think you should still tell your kids, that they're not yours, or you wish you never had them. You know how that stuff is. Yeah, she did do it to herself, because, like, that's why I say, my dad told me how he met my mom, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, she met the craziest dude ever, like, you know. But it's like, that's why I say some females, they blame, where are you originally from? Florida. I'm from Florida. But some people, that's why I say some females, they get mad about having kids and stuff, but you chose, like, when the father's not there, you chose that on your own. Like, even my sister, she deals with that. I don't want to say too much, but she got 2 different baby dads. It really almost was 3, but it's 2. And she got 3 kids, but it's like she keep choosing the wrong guy, And the Lord showed me the first guy. I know him. The Lord showed me that he's gonna come closer to the Lord. But still, that's why I say you gotta watch who you choose, because you don't want to be with somebody. You don't want to be with somebody that just a bad influence, straight out the streets, and don't want to leave the streets. But she just don't want to listen at all. My sister, pray for my sister. I know it's demonic spirits, but she has common sense. She know what she's doing is wrong. You could tell within 10 minutes of meeting people if they're worthy of being a parent. Yes, that's what I be saying. Because I be reading people, like, I be quiet when I meet people, but I be reading them, like, I be looking in their eyes. People worry about the wrong thing at the time, though. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, leading up to that, like, I remember going many situations, parents trying to kill us. Like 5th grade, I remember this happened. So my dad, and share this video whenever it posts, or you can share it now if you want to. I remember my dad, 5th grade. So he was dealing with this woman, and like I said, my mom and dad, they would choose their kids. I mean, they're not their kids. They would choose the people they're dealing with over their kids. Yeah, that's true. Cause most of my family, I mean, they got married and stuff, but they got kids. Most of them had kids before they married. Except for the older people, they had kids when they got married. But some of them husband cheating and all this stuff, or they go to church, but it's not really Christian like how I walk. Like, I found out how to truly walk like a Christian in high school, and they thought I was crazy. But yeah, my dad, it was a situation. I think it was 4th or 5th grade. I remember like it was yesterday. So apparently his girl and there was some other guy she was dealing with that my dad didn't know about, but it was a pastor, a dude, hollered at her in the store, and she was like, hey, and all this other stuff, and it made him super mad. My dad is crazy. Mind you, he'd been in prison many times before this because he was always on the run. Okay, let me tell you how he went. I'm sorry for backtracking. He went to prison, right? I remember he told me he was like off of drugs like crazy, and I think he said he had me and my twin brother in the car, right? And he went on a police chase, right? He went on a police chase. He ran. He was on drugs. He went on a police chase. He parked at a crib. I think he stopped at the house, got out and ran, but he got caught because a police officer tased him. And he went to jail for a long time, but he got out, right? So, all this other stuff, right? So he been in jail before. So he was dealing with this lady, and she was in the store. This was the story he said. She was in the store. Somebody hollered at her and all this other stuff. And he said it made him mad because she was like, you don't want your lady just friendly, especially because they was married too, so-called married. But I remember he came home, because we was all chilling. He came home, and I remember we kept hearing them fight downstairs. Like, mind you, he always putting his hands on a woman. around that time when I was in the elementary, he was always putting his hands on the women. So we heard her crying. She came running here, but she already called the police. We didn't know that the police was on the phone that she had until later. Oh yeah, I definitely am. I don't be saying I'm worthy, but I mean the Lord be telling me, I kind of deserve everything that He given me. But I don't be thinking I am. But I gotta stop thinking that way. But yeah, she came in there, and I remember she was she was just sitting there like she was bloodied up, baby. She had a baby in her hand, right? And um, and she ended up having my little sister as well. So it's crazy. But so he had a knife in his hand. Cause I remember my twin brother, he jumped out the window. And we was supposed to be going out the front door, but my brother, for some reason, could not get the front door unlocked. And we was like, dang, my dad in the kitchen looking for a knife. We trying to run. Cause he wasn't gonna catch us. My dad is pretty fast because he could have went to the MLBs, but he chose to stay home and to be in the streets. But he was pretty fast. He was like pretty fast. He had a prison body, but he was fast. Like his little legs moved like Sonic almost. Yeah, I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, so my brother couldn't open the door. I'm like, bro, we looking at him like, open the door, like we trying to see if my dad coming over here, and he could not open the door. And my dad told us to go in the room. And mind you, bro, I know this was Satan or something. So we all in the bed. Even my little dog, I had a little chihuahua. She was crazy. She was trying to bite him, but I had to grab her because he would have killed her, and that would have made me mad. I probably would have like tried to attack him or something, even though I'm little, compared to my dad at the time. Now I'm way taller than my dad, but I could have. I was gonna attack him if he would have killed my dog, because I don't know. That was my favorite dog out of all my dogs. But yeah, I grabbed her. We all in the bed. I'm closest to the wall. My twin brother, mind you, he outside of that neighbor's house. He called the police too. But the police is listening on a little phone that she dropped in the hallway. And my dad, his eyes was not normal. Like you could tell he was possessed. His eyes was red, not bloodshot red, but red. And it was crazy because was crying. He kept telling us to shut up. And he kept saying he finna kill everybody in the house. He had a knife around the girl neck, the lady neck. He just finna. He kept saying he finna kill her. Like he's finna slice. He said he gonna kill everybody. He wasn't gonna kill the baby, but he was just gonna kill all of us and then kill himself at the end. And we was like, nah, we don't do it. And bro, only thing I could think of was call Jesus. So the whole time, bro, I'm saying Jesus save me in my head. I'm not saying it out loud. I'm like, Jesus, if you save me this one time, if you save me this one time, I won't never do nothing else. But bro, I calling Jesus like I ain't never called Jesus so many times, bro. And people, like our family don't really know the full story. They just know that he tried to do that, and they know we went through a lot. But see, me, I don't really think it's that bad, but the Lord be wanting me to share my testimony because, it'll help people, motivate people as well. But besides that, bro, I was praying, I'm calling Jesus, like that's the only thing I know. And I remember he kept trying to cut. He was cutting her. He kept hitting her, and we were scared, bro. Even a dog was scared. Like that's how you know it had to be some type of spirit in him because the dog was scared. Mind you, she a little dog, Chihuahuas are not really scared of anything, but even the dog was scared. I remember he was punching her and cut her and stuff. And then next thing you know, we hear that knock on the door. We all get up, like we all go to the door. And luckily the police seen him with a knife in his hand. He answered the door, like, who is it? Like, and mind you, my dad looks like he's off something. Every time my dad is drunk, he's like, it's just like he's a different person. Like I remember we was supposed to be moving this bed or mattress, like replacing it, and I was laughing at him because when he's drunk, he sounds funny. Yeah, that's true. He was drunk and he sounded funny, and I was laughing. He was like, "What the f you laughing at?" And I was like, "Nothing." I kept laughing. So he pushed me, and my head hit the desk, and I was knocked out for a little minute. They said, oh, my brother said, and I just remember waking up and them picking me up, and I was like, what happened? It was like I got knocked out. I was like, dang. And my sister, she pushed my dad out of the room, and my dad went in the room because my mom got locked up for like a year. This is why my dad had to be there because my mom got locked up for a year, for like 18 months because she I ain't gonna say this is bad because my twin brother was always doing something bad. She beat him butt naked, but I say he deserved it because he kept getting in trouble. Like, he kept getting in trouble, faking seizures and stuff. Like, he was just doing like random stuff, bro, and expect my mom to just, not beat him. Like, I don't like, you supposed to be this, but he even says in the Bible. But besides all that, yeah, after the situation, the police came when they see him at the door with a knife, and they put the gun up. It was like, drop the knife. He dropped it. They told him to get on his knees. He got on his knees. I remember they was all like, trying to, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but they were trying to help us, like, or whatever. And then we ended up at my grandma's house, and then my grandma, we'd stay during the week during school. My grandma would be at my mom's house, and then on the weekend we go to my grandma's house until my mom got home, and that was really it, man. That my dad didn't get back out until like 10th grade. So from 5th grade all the way to when I was in 10th grade, that's when he got out. It's just a lot of stuff happened after that too. Middle school, I dealt with a lot of lust as well, like very lustful. And I remember having dreams about the Lord. But, even my mom did some crazy stuff as well. She's trying to kill us in front of our cousins. Because the guys that she deal with, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a lot of crazy stuff that she used to do as well. But leading up to high school, in like 6th grade, I remember a tree fell on our house. Like, that's what I'm saying. We dealt with some crazy stuff, bro. A tree, not no little tree. It was a wide tree, like, I'm talking about. And the crazy part was, it ain't funny, but I was falling to lust during the storm. It was a thunderstorm and I was falling to lust. And I remember I heard a big old boom. I was like, dang, what is that? I looked through the window, my sister's room, it's a tree poking through the window. Because mind you, everybody else in there asleep. All my brothers in there sleep in her room, on her bed. Like, imagine 6 people on one bed, right? And I was in my room. And we thought our mom was in the other room because her room was caved in. Her room was caved in because of the roof. And the tree was so massive, lightning had hit it. That's what we found out. I remember they was crying. I'm like, dang, we could have been dead if the house would have fell on us. Well, not really me, but I know my brothers them would have been dead because my bunk bed, it was metal, and it would have protected me because I was on the bottom. It would protect me from what's falling. So I would have been the only child if that house would have caved in and, killed my family because we thought our mom was in there, but she was at work. We ended up having to stay in the hotel. Then we end up getting a new crib. No, I think we had to stay in that house for a little bit longer. And then we end up getting a new crib. But we was receiving help from some church that we used to go to. And we used to go to summer camp, which was fun. But yeah, I dealt with a lot of things. And the high school was I think high school was my worst experience of life. Like, mind you this, we always got kicked out of the house. Like, I'm just letting y'all know this. We always got evicted. Always got evicted. Always got evicted. We never just moved. If we move, it's because we got evicted. My mom would never tell us why sometimes, but it was because we got evicted. So let me see. What I have at high school, I get in high school. I dealt with a lot of bullying too growing up. Like, I was little. I was always skinny, super skinny. I'm not skinny now, but I was always super skinny, like a stick. And they used to call me stick legs, stick man, all this other stuff. And used to be able to wrap your hand around my legs and arm. But yeah, I used to get bullied. Like, cause I was never a fighter until I learned how to fight. Even when I grew my height, when I grew taller, the same people that used to bully me, they wouldn't even think about. But I used to like bully me now, you know. I used to joke around with them like that, you know. Even in middle school, I was taller than this kid, and he would always hit me or something. But I was like, I know I can beat this kid up, but my friends, I know they'd be like, man, punch him or something. I'm like, nah, because you know if you bigger than the kid, they going to think you started it or whatever. And this kid, mind you, I was like, in 6th grade, I've had to be like at least 5'5" or something. And I used to let this kid do whatever he want. And crazy part, we used to walk home, and most of my cousins used to walk home with me and friends. So I was like, we could have, you know, we could have did him dirty, but you know, and the crazy part is most of my cousins, a lot of cousins I know, my male cousins was like bloods and GD, some of them, but most of them was bloods. And I used to hang around with this certain cousin. He died, but I remember we used to go to our auntie house because his mom dated my auntie, which was weird, but we were so-called related. We was cousins. We was knowing each other. Yeah, we was known as cousins for a long time, but he was a blood too. And I remember we used to hang out. But most of my friends, I remember we used to do some crazy stuff, man. I done broke in houses before, stole out of cars with the window down. We ain't never break no window. Like I ain't never get no stolen. Like my brother did all that. Like he was riding around with his friends because it's like we was both in the streets, but with his friends, they was more crazy. Like they did more reckless stuff than what my friends was doing. And my friends, the ones that stayed in the hood, they did reckless stuff too. But I'm talking about just like friends that I hung with, you know, on a daily. Some of them friends that used to do reckless stuff, I hung with them sometimes. But crazy part is I always had this feeling, you know, before I do something, it's like the Lord would be telling me, no, I get this urge, like I'm not supposed to do it. It'd be heavy on me. But yeah, I just remember doing a lot of stuff. So high school, I was 9th grade. Cause I'm telling y'all, we used to get kicked out so many times, bro. We used to get kicked out of so many houses, bro. And I remember just getting, this was either 9th grade or 10th grade. I got in a fight with my brother because he hit my dog. And everybody in my family know, like, if you do something to my animals, like, I'm gonna hurt you. Like, it just does something to me. I protect my family, but my dogs, like, that's mine. It's like, you know, he was hitting my dog. I remember he spit on me. I was like, dang, this man gonna spit on me. And my mom, she knew. It's like, you better not. He called me a B-word. I hit him in his jaw. And he said it was like broken a little bit or something. I don't know. But I remember he was trying to go get a knife or whatever to kill me. And my sister boyfriend was holding him down. And I remember, mind you, before this, they was already telling me they don't want me there. They was like, oh, I don't want you here, this and that. And I was staying with my godparents every weekend. They was like, oh, go stay with your godparents. We don't want you here. I said, okay, I'm gonna leave. So I left. I was staying with my godparents my whole high school year until like 11th grade. Yeah, I was staying with my godparents. Mind you, bro, the whole time I used to give my mama money. Like, I used to give her money for her bills. Yeah, he definitely did. I used to give my mama money for her bills and all this stuff, bro. And I found out she was using it for drugs. This when I found out my mom was on drugs. I didn't believe it until I saw her my 11th grade year. Why didn't they want you? Oh, you talking about my family or you talking about my mom and my dad, or you talking about my brothers and sisters? There was just a lot of stuff going on. Like, they was just telling me like they don't want me there no more. We was always arguing over stuff. And I was staying with my godparents like every weekend, so I guess they took that as a sign, like, you know, you need to go. They were saying I was, and mind you, my parents used to call me a bully. Not even my parents, my family. They used to call me a bully when I was little. But I really wasn't bullying my brothers. They would just do something to me, and she would just see me do something to them back. And then she'd say, oh, they bully. She'd tell the whole family. And it would make me so mad because I'm like, why are you lying to these people talking I'm a bully when you don't see what they did? It was times I'd tell my mom, okay, my brother did this. She wouldn't do nothing. But let them come and tell her something, she'll get up and hit me across the face. I used to get hit with brooms, dustpan, stitching cord, switches, anything she could find. I remember she hit me. She hit me with a buckle part of a belt. She was swinging the buckle part, and I was trying to grab it, and I couldn't. She was hitting me across the head, hitting me across the back, and all this stuff. Like my mom used to do some crazy stuff. But besides that, man, I remember they was telling me they don't want me there, so I left. I told my God to come get me. She came and got me. I really had to ask my guy that. My guy that came with her, he was drunk. He was like, he always knew I would be coming to stay with them. They just be wanting somebody there because their son, like, I remind them of their son a lot. So, but yeah, I'm staying with them, and I dealt with some stuff over there, warfare over there too, demons. I remember as a kid seeing even probably now I go there. I used to see demons come in the hallway at my godbrother's house. Demons used to just walk right in the hallway. Yeah, I don't be thinking my child that bad, but I remember we had to do therapy, and people would be crying like when we tell them like what's been going on or what was happening. They'll be crying and we'll be looking at each other laughing like it ain't that bad, but the Lord be like it is. But yeah. What else happened? What I was talking about? Oh yeah, I remember seeing demons in their heart. Like I'm talking about, I'll be laying down on the couch and the demon just to be right there, bro. Like demons in the hallway staring right at me, or they'd be poking their head out. And that joint used to scare me. I'm talking about, I used to be scared of my. I'm talking about scared. I couldn't sleep with no light off. I used to have a kitchen light on or something. Like that joint used to scare me, and I'd be forgetting stuff. Our house used to get shot up too sometime. Yeah, everything I went to for a reason. Oh yeah, I used to see that demon as a kid. Yeah, as a kid, I seen angels too. I remember police officers walked into my mom's house. I guess they wanted to check on me. It was me and my cousins and my brothers and sisters. We all used to sleep in this one room every time my cousin came over. Yeah, he definitely was. Like I said, I had a relationship with Jesus as a kid. Like I used to see him. I used to talk to him. That was the only way I can go to sleep. Like I'm talking about, I used to talk to Jesus. Like he used to baby me. Jesus used to baby me. That was the only way I could go to sleep. When I was a kid. Even still now, sometimes I talk to Jesus so I can go to sleep. Like if I can't, like that, I just stuck with that because I don't want to. I always knew Jesus was real because the stories I used to hear about my grandma. Angels used to come to her and stuff like that, and speak to her, and she had to warn people before they die or something like that, or if they listen, they won't die, stuff like that. But I look like my grandma, so I guess everything passed down to me. But yeah. Besides that, I used to see them like all the time. But Jesus, I just had to. I used to go to sleep with Jesus a lot. That's the only way I can go to sleep. Like the only way. The only way. And he know. That's why I say I never leave him. He saved me so many times. But yeah, I stand my God praying. I used to see a lot of stuff in our houses. I remember my house used to get shot up, robbed. Like the guys who my mom used to do was crazy, bro. Like I remember being in situations with my friend. Yeah, I definitely got a good heart. Definitely. But I remember sometimes with my friends, we'll be in situations where I remember parties used to get shot up. 'Cause I wasn't a party type of guy just because of that reason. I'd be knowing like something crazy finna happen. Like I remember telling my mom, I used to tell her sometimes, not all the time, but I know I would warn her. I'd be like, I was like, you need to stay home. Like I'm telling her, you need to stay home. So why? I'm like, you always going out. I was like, I feel like you should stay home. Tell me why she was with my cousin at a party club, and a bullet grazed her ear. I might say, I told you. And my mom, mind you, I don't see some crazy. My mom used to come home. It used to be some crazy stuff happening. My mom came home one time, like, excuse my words, but she was butt naked. Like, somebody had them did something to her, and we had to help her until my mom used to come home drunk too. But it was crazy. I don't see some crazy stuff, but it's like a lot of stuff we experienced was like surprises almost. But yeah, staying with my godparents, my goddaddy used to say some crazy stuff. Like he talking about word curses. He used to talk. You soft. You can't live something. You soft. You can't do it his way. You soft. You. I used to, my God, when used to beat me for every like I used to hate this part. I hate when I get beat for something my twin brother did. Like, why do I have to get beat with him if he did it and you know he did it? Oh, we both of us get it. Both of us get whooping just because. Like, no, bro. I used to hate that, but my god brother used to not my god brother, my goddad used to say some crazy stuff, bro. Like word curses like crazy. I ain't nothing. I ain't never gonna. Nah, I ain't never gonna be nothing was for my grandma. My great grandma was nice. She was mean, but she was nicer. I love my great grandma because she was nice. You know, I can talk to her, and I can feel like she actually genuinely loved me. But my grandma, I always feel like she hated me, bro. Like she only love you if you got some money for her, or just, you know, just she can receive something for you. My grandma, she was a drunkard. She always was drunk. Even before my granddaddy died, that was her husband. He was good. He was always good to us. He would give us money anytime we needed. But he just died out of nowhere. But I think he was a Freemason because I remember after he died, we went over there because they told us we were crying. We went over there. I remember seeing this Freemason symbol on the door. I'm like, I don't never remember seeing this. And I was wondering, I was like, he had to be a Freemason because he was kind of suspicious. We could never go in his room. You know, we're like talking about never. Even after he died, I never went in there. But we could never go in his room. Like nobody. He don't care who. Even my grandma never went in there. But yeah. Besides all that, yeah. Still my goddad, it was a lot of crazy things, bro. Like he used to say some crazy stuff to me. He was rough bringing too, like, yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand why people want to be a Freemason. It's literally like you literally selling your soul to say you can't really sell your soul, but like you really signing your soul to say, like giving him legal access agreement. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't understand why people want to do that. It's literally Lucifer. And this the crazy part. This is why I found out. If you want to be upgraded in a Freemasonry, you got to become a pope of a Catholic church. What does that tell you? You got to be a pope of a Catholic church before you upgrade it. And mind you, they already did the blood sacrifices and all that. That's the crazy part. You got to be a pope to upgrade in the Freemasonry. Mind you, already signed your stuff over. So that's just crazy to me. Like, that's why I'm glad I don't go to no Catholic church because that stuff be weird to me anyway. None of that stuff never said right with me, bro. Like, why would I be bowing down to a pope? You just like me. Jesus said we all sinners. Nobody is perfect. We all 50 dirty rides. Why am I asking you to forgive me of my sins? It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Hey, that's funny. But yeah, man. So my goddad used to be crazy. You know, we used to get in arguments too. You know, and high school. I know my dad was. This is stuff I'm just dealing with. I was in high school. I deal with a lot of. Mind you, I ain't never had no. For real. I ain't never had no. I wasn't the kid with the best shoes, the best clothes. I always had hand me down. My godmother, she stayed going to Goodwill. It may look new, but it ain't. I had one pair of shoes every year. Sometimes twice a year. One pair of shoes, right? And I know my face look crooked, but when I get this camera, it's gonna fix everything. Cause my face don't look how it look on live. It be having me look crooked. But it be like flip. But yeah. What I was talking about. Yeah, it's just some crazy stuff with my goddad, man. And hey, for real, bro. I used to hate going to school, but people look. I remember even getting bullied because I always had the same clothes. I just switch it up, like switch up the pattern. wear this shirt with these pants one day, you know, shorts with these, this, you know, stuff like that. I was never the best dressed. I ain't always had no haircut. Sometimes I went a whole year without a haircut. So, you know, sometimes I even smell good going to school. I don't, but it used to be some crazy stuff, man. I'm telling you, bro, crazy stuff. What? We were in the same thing, bro. I was lucky to switch to a private school in high school. So I'm gonna tell you how I left this school, bro. I ended up going. I was at this school, high school. I'm playing football and everything, bro. I was super good, but I'm just playing. In middle school, I played sports. 6th grade, 7th grade, I was playing city league. I played flag football all the way up to, you know, probably like middle school. I remember 6th, 7th grade, I was playing 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. No, 6th, 7th grade, I was playing City League. It's not Pop Warner. It's the trasher version. It was the trasher version, man. The trasher version of Pop Warner. And I remember I wasn't as good. I can always hit hard, but I wasn't the best receiver. I wasn't the fastest unless I took my. I'm built like a running back. Not really. People say I'd be built like an NFL linebacker. I never played running back ever. I played receiver, quarterback, safety, cornerback, linebacker, DN, tight end. I played everything except for lineman. But when I was in City League, I used to play receiver and cornerback. And on defense in City League, they put you anywhere. So sometimes you'll play the DN, sometimes you'll play the linebacker. But I mostly played safety and cornerback. And then I remember growing up to 8th grade, right? So I always used to the coaches used to beg my mom to let me play in middle school. When I was at a different school, they used to beg my mom to play. It's like, tell your mom to let you play this and that. They used to beg my mom and pray and stuff like that. And I remember but yeah, what else was I gonna say? I remember going through I used to beg my mom to let me play. She would never let me play, bro. Like never ever let me play. Until like I never understand why she never let me play, but I always had to play City League. But 8th grade, I remember they finally my mom, I was telling them like only way I can play football and basketball and run track if my mom gonna pick. I mean, if I get a ride home, they're like, okay, I'm gonna give you a ride home. So, football, basketball, and track, I always had a ride home. I never walked home. So, I remember I was good. Football, I was alright. I ain't gonna say I was alright, but football, it's just like I hate when a coach make you play something you don't want to play. As soon as I get there, receiver, because they see how tall I am. Receiver. I'm like, bro, I want to play defense. Like, I love defense. I love trying to hurt somebody on the field. I want to play defense, but they never let me play. Coaches pick your position. But I remember next, after that, football season go by, we win the city championship. And mind you, I got in now. I ain't gonna say I didn't get in. Bro, the reason the running back scored all them touchdowns because of me blocking. I used to block to the end zone, man. I'm talking about I'm hitting people at receiver because I was always taller than most of the people. And then, yeah, so basketball, I feel like I was too good in middle school, bro. Like, if I would have focused strictly on basketball in middle school, I would have been in the NBA right now, bro. I promise. I was good at basketball, like super good. Like, nobody could guard me, bro. Nobody. Like, I was shifty. I could shoot. Like, I just knew my jumper, bro. I was doing crazy layups. I was close to dunking. 8th grade, I actually dunked. 8th grade, I was actually dunking, but I couldn't grip the ball, so sometimes I couldn't. But, yeah, man, I remember 8th grade go by. Basketball season, all that. I was second. No, my cousin started because he was way bigger than me. He was the same height, but he was like more like a center. And everybody knew I was not a center. Everybody knew I could actually hoop, but because the coaches, like I said, the coaches they put you where you want to put you. My year, I was like 6 foot in 8th grade. Then I hit like 6'2" in like ninth grade. But so I really hit seven. I really hit 6 foot in 7th grade. Like closer to the end of 7th grade. I remember right. I remember running track. Right, we go to state. I go to state. I ran the 400. Well, I really wanted to run 100 because I was like the third fastest. Well, not really third. It was one guy that was faster than everybody, and it was like 3 people, well, really 4 of us that kept up. So we was all pushing for second place. 4 of us were like the same speed, right? At first, I didn't know how to run. I had to run. Yeah. At first, I didn't know how to run. I was running on my heels, but now I run on my tippy toes. They had to teach me how to run, and I got way faster than I was in football and basketball. But really, basketball prepared me for track. But I remember going up, man, for football, not football, for track. I'm talking about. I would start off good, but when that last 100 for that 400, it's like something just crawl on me, bro, and I got super slow. But I remember at state, I was like the fourth leg because I was the best at the 400. Not really the best. It was the guy that ran 100 that was super fast, was better than me. Like I'm only fast on the 400 if I'm racing somebody. Like if somebody's running with me, but I don't know. I always would be in front of everybody, so I would run slower for some reason. But if I'm behind people, I would run faster. I don't know how to explain it. But I remember going to state for a track in like 8th grade for the 4x4. I didn't make the 400 because I wasn't running fast enough time. I was like not even a millisecond. I think I was like 1 second off. To make state, you had to run a 55. I had to run a 56. And I did high jump too. I did high jump, but I didn't like it because I had shin splints. So that basketball and track hurt because of shin splits. And so I remember running in 8th grade. I remember we used to practice at the high school I was gonna go to, and my sister was already in high school. And I remember I was racing one of the faster guys on the team. Like I didn't know I was fast as him until we raced. We had did a 200. So when I raced him, I was keeping up with him, and I was even beat him a little bit, right? And then I remember they stopped practice, and they had the coaches walk over there to me, and my sister, I guess my sister telling them about me, because they all was looking, and my sister was like, she told me to come in. She's like, the coach want to talk to you. I was smiling. I was like, what? I was like, the high school coach want to talk to me, but it was like, they asked me, am I coming to that school? I was like, yeah. They was asking me what position I play. So I can really play receiver, but I want to play defense. But yeah, so they was really recruiting me like middle school. I went there, man, 9th grade year. Like, so we came in the middle of the season. 9th grade year, I remember it was I'm saying this stuff so I can explain the stuff I went through, through football, but it ties into stuff with my life as well. So that's why I'm explaining this football stuff. So high school, 9th grade, I get there in the middle middle of summer practice, just getting back from state, and I remember what I did. I remember I went to practice football, and I was trying to play receiver, and the guy told me, "Oh, first day after like 2 drills, like, oh, go play DB." I'm like, okay, bet, and I was prideful, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was prideful. I bet, say less. So I went over there. And mind you, I'm mossing all the DBs like that. I was starting at first at DB, but when the new coach came, I'm gonna explain it later. But I was starting, and then they moved me to second screen when this other coach came and all this other stuff. But I'm mossing all the DBs, like all the starters. I'm talking about like so when you a DB, they got something called a scout receiver. Like you gotta help the DB, basically, right? We'll run plays. The scout receiver run plays, while the starting DB gotta, try to guard. And I was mossing the safety and the DB at the same time. Bro, I was going stupid. I remember they were stopping varsity practice up there. And it's crazy, it's a crazy story. I remember the coach came back over there, receiver coach, he was like, bro, it felt like they had stopped practice because it was two fields. We was on the bottom, and the varsity is on like the game field for at home when we play at the school. And I remember it's like they stopped practice just watching me do that, and I kept doing that. I'm jumping high, bro. I had bunnies. Ninth grade, man, it's crazy, man. I was going crazy, but I was mossing them, man, and he came there. He's like, "Oh, I want you to play receiver for me." I was like, "Remember you kicked me off?" Nah, I regretted that. I regretted that. I was like, "Man, remember you kicked me off? I don't want to do that." And mind you, I know it had to be the Lord to keep telling me to play receiver because even the varsity players were telling me to play receiver. I kept telling them no. So eventually I switched to a quarterback. I was backup quarterback for the rest of the season, right? I was a good quarterback. I could throw dimes. Like, I just couldn't remember the plays because when we did film, he wasn't showing me the plays. Like, I don't know how to start quarterback. I feel like because he played last year, because I started quarterback with the 10th grader. So I believe because he used to play last year, he know the plays. So I didn't really know any plays at all. And I could throw the ball. Like when I'm talking about I had a dart. I remember even practicing varsity, I could throw it. Like just as fast, just as quick. Drop step and everything. And I was shifty. I was quick too. Um, I was pretty fast ninth grade. Like I was almost one of the fast. I say I was like top 5. I'd say top 10 really, but I wasn't top 3. Some of them people was running like crackheads, but yeah. I remember that happened. I remember varsity. I remember people coming from the varsity locker room. They're like, you're supposed to be over here. I was like, what you mean? They had my name on the varsity locker, and I came to the coach. I was like, am I supposed to be practicing with y'all? They was like, yeah, you're supposed to be practicing with us. They're like, don't you see your name on the locker? I was like, oh, they don't move me to varsity already. I was like crazy. Now, I wasn't like the cheater. I wish, but. Bro, I was on varsity, bro. They had me on varsity on ninth grade, and I ended up going back down because that's a different type of running, bro. They was running like crazy, and I couldn't handle like. So I ended up going up there in the middle of practice, and that's when they started running because the varsity players was idiots. They always did something stupid. They was so dumb, bro. Always had to run, and my coach was angry at the time. I could tell he was going through a lot, and yeah, I remember 10th grade. I pulled my hamstring. All right, I appreciate that. I remember I pulled my hamstrings one summer practice. It was like early morning practice. Like, so if you want to get better, they had early morning practice. And there was a couple of receivers there, me and my friends, really. And I pulled my hamstring, man. And ever since that day, man, that jump was crazy. Like, I couldn't run the same. Even when I got kicked off the team from a new coach, he was talking trash to me because he said I was talking when I really wasn't. Hold on, I can tell you later. But yeah, I was man, I pulled my hamstring. I was never the same, and it made me depressed because I was already dealing with stuff at home. When my mom got homeless, she was already on drugs, and that leads up to this 10th grade. My 11th grade year. Like I said, I've been staying with my godparents the whole time. I seen my mom for the first time. I was crying because she was super skinny. My mom was a big girl, but she wasn't like bad built. She was just a big girl. I remember when I seen her, she was super skinny. Like her face was like acne up, and I was like, man, she on drugs. It made me cry. I ain't gonna lie. But I remember, mind you, this whole time, my dad, like from 10th grade, my dad, or 10th grade or 11th grade, my dad. What happened was my dad, he was dealing with that girl, the same girl that got him in jail. He was dealing with her again when I literally told him he's not supposed to. I told him before he even dealt with her, do not deal with her. So my sister was being disrespectful. I get it. I don't understand why she didn't being disrespectful, but I understand why he did it, but it was kind of dumb. He was on probation. He ended up, he had a house next to my grandma and my auntie across the street. It's close to FAMU, if you know what FAMU at in Florida. Um, so he ended up leaving because he telling me they was being disrespectful. I remember even standing over there. Sometimes it would make me sad. They would be struggling, and I would just give them money so they can get them something to eat and stuff. But mine, they're smoking weed and stuff and all this other stuff. So um, I would give them money. I was really taking care of my brothers and stuff, like even throughout high school. But my sister being disrespectful. I told him like he can kick her out because mind you, my sister is out of school. So I'm like, you can just kick her out, like just take care of my brother. He's like, no, this and that. I'm like, bro, you could just kick my sister out, literally. But he ended up putting his hands on her and do something. But I remember he just got tired of it. He just got his stuff and left, and he went to Missouri. I was like, that's the dumbest thing you could ever do. He wasn't supposed to leave, so now my dad is on the run. My dad is on the run. He's still on the run. And he know what he was doing. He went to Missouri because, well, at first what was happening, they're taking him to jail and he'll be there for 30 days, but Florida not gonna come get him up there, and Missouri not gonna take him to Florida, so they'll just let him right out. So he's still on the run, and police not gonna do nothing, I guess, because of how the law is, but they just let him go. He'll go to jail sometimes, they let him go. But he haven't been in a minute. But yeah, my dad did that, and I remember he just left, and I was like, that's the dumbest thing ever. So I remember they was telling me, and I was sad, man, and they ended up having to go to Monticello, which is our hometown, which is a bad place. It's the most demonic place I ever seen. And I remember we used to go, I ended up leaving Florida. I told my godparents, like I remember I was even planning on just leaving because it got so bad to where I hate when people do this, right? I hate when you call somebody about me or call people about me just to gossip. You ain't saying it to my face, you just, you know what I'm saying? Just talking to people with gossip, and I hate that. So, and got to the point where people was being disrespectful, so I ended up leaving. I was finna leave, really. I was literally finna leave jump out the window. I had my stuff packed. Eventually, I ended up getting dropped off. I ended up leaving to, I'm tweaking. That was like after I came back to Tallahassee from Monticello. But I went to Monticello. I ended up staying there, and it was horrible. That was the worst decision I ever made. But I kept trying to save my family from bad situations. When I'd be in them, and it'd be worse. We kept getting kicked out of places. We were staying in the projects. And I remember, this is crazy. I know we wouldn't have food sometimes. Even growing up, we wouldn't have food. But this was crazy too. We wouldn't have no food. And I started getting back into the streets. And I remember they put me on a weed. I started smoking. I wasn't really a drinker, but I was smoking every day. I'm talking about every day. Like, it's how packs. I used to have a lot of weed, man. A lot of weed, bro. And I used to smoke a lot, like every day. Even though it wasn't good for me, because I would always trip out. But I remember just dealing with certain stuff. I remember what happened. Trying to play football, it went alright. But I went it's yeah. My last time smoking, I seen Jesus. That was my last time smoking weed ever. Now I was smoking blacks and vapes. I don't really like vapes, but I was smoking blacks and vapes probably after I stopped smoking weed. But weed had me tripping like bad. I was paranoid. I was seeing stuff. My body, I know sometimes I feel like I swallowed my tongue. I used to be stuck to the floor sometimes. I used to be stuck to the couch. But yeah, last time I remember seeing the Lord. I remember seeing, it was like a portrait. He was in front of me. He had his arms crossed and he looked mad. And it scared the life out of me. Mind you, everything looked like a cartoon already. So I was already tweaking out because everything had looked like a cartoon, like Looney Tunes. Like, I'm talking about people. And they laugh, and I'm like, bruh, I couldn't take it. My body was feeling weird. But that was my last time smoking weed. But we ended up getting kicked out of my sister's house because my sister can't pay her bills. And I was already trying to help. So I was trying to work, right? we go stay with my mom, worse is never. My mom was stealing money from me. Like, I'm not talking about just $24, 500, hundreds of dollars from me. My mom was stealing money from me. She was finna sell my phone. Oh, it's my LED lights. My mom was stealing money from me. She was finna sell my phone for drugs, and I was worldly, so I was cussing at my mom, cause and I always had to fight her boyfriend, and she would go back with him. It's just a lot of stuff, but she sold my phone. I ended up having to get it back and all this stuff. After a couple times, she did some crazy stuff. I'm not here to share the wealth transfer right now, but yeah, I remember she would just steal from me, bro. I was supposed to get my braces put back on, right? Cause I had braces and I still supposed to have them on, but I was supposed to have my braces. I'm gonna get my braces put back on, but I just don't know when. I guess when the Lord bless me, but I should still supposed to have my braces on. But yeah, I remember she was supposed to have my braces on. She lied. I'm talking about I'm waiting outside, right? I'm waiting outside for her because somebody's supposed to come take me to go put them on. Nobody came. I paid money. I paid money out my own pocket because I was working. Cause she told me to my face she didn't care about us. She didn't care about us. She didn't do none of this. Like, she didn't care about anything. She didn't care about me and my brother. It was me and my two brothers when I was like one that's 17 and one that's 20, right? No, I think he 20. She told us. She said she didn't care about us. My little brother, he didn't really understand, but she said she didn't care about us. She didn't care. She didn't do none of that. So I was working in high school. I remember I was skipping school just to work and sell drugs just to make sure my brother was. I remember I come home from work. I'm tired. Like, I'm tired, man. I'm like super tired because I used to have to walk like a long way from work. And I remember I used to have to walk in the dark. I was tired. I was literally like, man, I'm hungry. I was like, y'all want to go get something to eat? And we'll walk to the stove. Sometimes it'd be every night, every time I got home, and every morning we'll go to the stove so I can get them something to eat. And yeah, my mom, I just had to really be a man. I had to sell drugs and work. It was tough. It was tough. Like, I went through a lot. Hear my mama say she don't care about us, which was nothing new. And then I remember just a lot of stuff. I remember I had to fight her boyfriend because he put hands on her. I was asleep. I was drunk at this time. I had a popsicle, and I was asleep. And my brother fell on me because they was fighting and stuff. And he told me he hit my mom. And I was like, and our flip just switched. I don't play by people hitting my mom or my sister. Especially now that I know, like, when I can fight, when I got older and I could fight, actually, I just didn't play that because when I was a kid, I couldn't really do nothing. I used to get beat up, but yeah, man, I fought him. It was crazy part. He was little. He was a little guy, like he was like 5 something. And I'm like 6'2". I used to, but not no more. I used to get hit a lot. Even from like dealing with outside of my family, dealing with certain females, they used to pull my hair because I had dreads and stuff. They used to pull my hair and stuff, and sometimes I like flinch when somebody behind me or like somebody try to like, I don't know. Sometimes they'd be like this and I'd be flinching, but I don't do that no more. But yeah, I used to get beat on by a lot of women. They was a little crazy, and I didn't even do anything sexually with them. Except for one female when I was in 10th grade. It really wasn't even supposed to happen. But besides all that, it just a lot of stuff went on, and I ended up going back to my godparents. No, I'm from Florida. I remember going back to my godparents' house, and that was one of the worst decisions almost. I went there, it was same old, same old. So this was around COVID. Mind you, I was already watching Jalen Wilson, right? Since he first started his channel. And that's when my dreams started to come back of me having rapture dreams and all this stuff. I remember waking up telling my God, she was a Christian. Not how I am, but the one that go to church, just regular Christians, and they religious. That's all I'm gonna say. I was telling her, I was like, I just seen Jesus. I'm happy. Nobody seen Jesus. The Bible say that nobody seen Jesus. I said nobody seen God, but people have seen Jesus. She looked at me crazy. I remember I started hearing from the Lord and everything, man. It was crazy, man. Crazy. Crazy, bro. I was hearing from the Lord and everything. But I didn't like it ain't how it is now, but I was having crazy dreams. It was around COVID, and I remember they ended up kicking me out. Cause it was like, if you don't take, mind you, before I moved there, they said I would not have to take the COVID shot. Cause mind you, I was already having dreams that people was gonna be forcing the shot on me, and the COVID was out and stuff. And I remember, boy, if I'd have had a YouTube in ninth grade, a lot of the stuff that I was prophesying would have definitely came to pass. So, but I mean, I would have been prophesying would have came to pass. Like, I always have so many dreams, prophetic dreams. Like, bro, it's crazy. I was having prophetic dreams in middle school. Like, this Russia stuff, I was having dreams about that since like middle school. When I was in elementary, bro, I used to have so many dreams. Besides that, though, they was like, "Oh, you don't got to get the shot, bro." Tell me why they said if I don't get the shot. Cause I came home from work one day, that's like, and I get they old, they trying to take that to make sure they straight. But I was like, mind you, bro, he still ended up getting sick without me even being there, bro. Bro ended up getting sick from COVID. But this was after I left. But I remember they kicked me out. I told them this, like, you got to August 15th. I remember that day. I was like, I don't care about none of that. I was like, I'm packing my stuff now. So I tell my friend to come get me. My friend pulled up on me. He came. He from down south. So sometimes when he in Tallahassee to visit his kids, or sometimes his kids would be with him down south. You know, he came and got me, man. I remember I was sad, bro. I was back in the backseat crying. He told me everything would be all right. You know, I was homeboys with him since 6th grade. I remember when I first met him, 6th grade, we was like close. But saw all that. This man, he came and picked me up. He had his girl in the car. I was sad, boy. I went to my sister's house because she had a new crib. Man, it was just, I remember even staying with her, man, I spent so much money. House, I know the people shooting at the crib. This is a lot of stuff. Even before, like in high school, I used to hang with people. I used to hang with a lot of gang members and mostly Bloods, but like when I left Tallahassee, it was like GDs and sometimes Bloods. But it used to be some crazy situations, man. Crazy situations I used to be in. And the Lord knows, like, he protected me from a lot of stuff. A lot of bullets should have been hit me. Boy, it's crazy. But I ain't never shoot nobody. You know, I ain't never shoot nobody. But I don't broke in the house or two. What I was gonna say? Yeah, we just dealt with a lot. I remember staying with her, spending my money. I was in barbering school, so I was getting financial aid, and my financial aid check would have to be spent on her rent, cause somehow the lights would be off. Yeah, we close. I'd be surprised. It's already stuff out here. To be honest, they just not posting it. People are getting sick. If you look in Houston, Texas, you'll see people wearing masks. You know, people are already getting sick. They just not really saying nothing about it. But besides that, I remember spending my financial aid checks, bro. I'm talking about it. And I know I get a financial aid check if I have a dream. I have a dream of me receiving large amounts of money before it comes. And somehow, some way, my sister's lights would be off around the exact same time. And I'd be like, bro, I remember telling my God, brother, I'm trying to save, move. Because everybody was telling me, let my sister go homeless. But I'm staying here, so why would I let her go homeless? Like, oh, we can help you get a place. Or we can, figure it out. They was going to let me stay with them until I got a place type stuff. But I was like, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to leave my family stranded. So I was always... the situation, even after high school, I could have went and played football at a college, like some D1 colleges, but I just chose to stay home because I know nobody was going to take care of my family, and I knew the situations they was going to be in. But the Lord, I think everything happened for a reason. But yeah, spending my financial aid checks, went through something crazy. I remember we was sleeping with the lights. So I know my sister and my mom left, bro. They both left. They ain't say nothing. They just left, bro. We ended up starving, bro. Starving. I remember my friend Michael, bro. I've been friends with since 9th grade. He used to come in every day. He's like, you want some pizza? You want some? Because he worked at Chick-fil-A. So sometimes he'll bring us some Chick-fil-A or pizza, and bro, or he'd give me money to get a pizza, man. He was, that's the Lord. That was my real, like, that was a real friendship. Like, he believed in the Lord too. And he's always tell me, you don't have to pay me back. I was like, bro, you just don't know. Because the Lord would not have me work. The Lord would tell me, you're not working. Well, not around that time. I was working around that time. But I was in barbering school and working at Papa John's. But I really wasn't making that much. But yeah, it was tough, man. I was dealing with a lot, bro. Like a lot, bro. Like, I mean, we was in the house, right? Lights off for months. I remember people knocking on the door. They was already telling us we got to be up out of there. I know when they knocked on the door one time. It's like, you got to get up out of here. And I had my dog with me, bro. Me and my brothers, we looking at each other like we don't got nowhere to go. We calling my mom. Yeah, this season too. But around that time, I had a job. But this season, no, I can't get one. I don't apply for so many jobs out here. Not one call back. Not one. No email, no nothing. But yeah, I remember it was like, you got to get up out of here or we finna call the police. And bro, we blowing my mama phone up and she lying and talking about she on the way, bro. She lying and talking about she on the way. She was never on the way. My sister had a whole dude house or a grown man that was 2 times older than her that could be her dad. I don't want to be messy, but she was at a grown man house, bro. We in here asking them like, what can we do? What got to what? So the Lord put it on my brother. I know this was the Lord. My brother's like, man, we're going to call auntie. So my auntie, she always welcomed him. She let us stay with her. So she ended up letting us come to get us from Monticello. Going back to Monticello, man. And I mean, we can't even fit it. So I had so many clothes, but now I barely got clothes, bro. Like if I show y'all my closet, I really wear the same. I got underwear and stuff, but like, and socks, but like the same like clothes. Like I wear like same sweatpants, ballers. I just switch up the shirts. It's like I had to leave so much stuff, bro. Even I got my clothes in Atlanta too, bro. It's like I lost so much stuff, bro. It's crazy. I lost so much stuff. But I remember staying with my auntie. And he still provide all the time. I remember staying with my auntie. It was horrible too. Not for me. It wasn't horrible for me because I learned how to cook. I knew how to cook, but she taught me in depth how to cook, like soul food. Like, y'all worked at Papa John's. I really could have been a manager. They was trying to get me to be the manager. I used to be training people, like the new members. I was super good. They was really telling me to drop out of barbering school to become a manager. I was going to be a daytime manager. I mean, the Lord, you guys don't never listen to your parents. Listen to what the Lord tell you. You know, because sometimes your parents be wrong, you know. Yeah, I lost everything, bro. And I remember, what happened? Where was I? Staying with my auntie, it wasn't bad because I learned how to cook soul food. I was cooking hog maws, which is my favorite. Hog maws is my favorite from the pig. Pig ears good. Turkey necks, turkey wings. What else I learned how to cook? I know how to cook on the grill too, but bro, I want to learn how to cook a brisket. But besides that, man, I learned how to cook so much because she had problems with her legs, so she couldn't walk like that. And I would take care of the dogs. And bro, I was so exhausted, bro. That was like horrible, bro. But she was teaching me a lot about life. But even talking to her, I noticed a lot of people don't really know about, a lot of old people don't really know about Jesus. in depth for real. They just know about going to church and what the Bible say, but don't really understand it. It's certain people. Yeah, that's definitely good. But what, you know, some Netflix with that baked mac and cheese, boy, you know something. But everybody in Florida don't speak like how I speak, cause they be like some. I say the uppity people. They speak like they be trying to speak like they from France or something. Like they just, you know, super rich. Like I hate that. Like speak regular, bro. We know you got money, but nah. It really be them frat kids and their parents and stuff. Um, but yeah, I remember just staying with my auntie. It helped me, you know, mature a lot. You know, I did some warfare there too. Um, Heavy warfare. You know, but it really wasn't me. It's because of my brother sales being disrespectful my auntie, and I remember she was kind of pushing me to move out. She wasn't pushing me to move, but she wanted me to get rid of my dogs, and I was like, no, I don't know where Matt Praise is. She wanted me to get rid of my dogs, and I'm not getting rid of my dogs. Especially the Lord don't tell me to. So I was like, I'm just gonna move. So I ended up moving right back to Tallahassee. And my mom, staying with my mom. No, I was staying with my brother in his hotel. He had a motel for a little bit, for a couple months, and then we all moved back. Well, I moved back to Tallahassee, and then they came and moved. But I remember staying with my mom. And this one, the Lord told me I could not work. Man, it was horrible. I mean, he provided for me, but it was horrible, man. I had 3 dogs, really 2. I love my dogs. I miss them. Her name was Stormy and Sky. I miss them dogs, man. Stormy was my first, not my first ever dog, but my first female pit bull. She's all white, but had a patch on her face. Nice. She was super nice. I would say that dog really loved me. Like, it was crazy. Like, that was my favorite dog. She was there through all the situations. Me, like us going through homelessness, we kept getting kicked out of crib. We was homeless. Like that dog was there. But so we ended up going to my auntie. I mean, after we left my auntie house, I was staying with my mom. That was horrible. People shooting up the house. Um, Dealing with crazy stuff. Barely food in there sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Arguments. Just dumb stuff, bro. My mom not wanting to work. My mom left her job. My mom had a job, but she left her job because my sister got hired somewhere. Just crazy. It's a lot of warfare there, man. Having to pay bills and do stuff because I didn't have to pay bills, but I had to put in, you know, which wasn't a problem. But sometimes I would have to put in over more than everybody. I remember even when my mama told me I had to pay to stay with her when I was in Monticello. I had to pay to stay with her when her boyfriend didn't have to pay anything. And I was in high school. That's the crazy part. I'm like, you gonna make your own son pay to stay with you when he don't gotta pay nothing. And I'm in high school. But besides that, bro, I remember dealing with warfare. We got kicked out. And we was staying in this house for months too. Lights off. Them telling us to get out. I know we had to hide our stuff next door into the next trailer house. Cause nobody was staying in there. It was crazy, man. And my friend came out me again, my friend Michael. I don't know where my mom at. She said she work at Walmart. She got a car from Amazon. She don't really work with Amazon, but she got a car from them. And she know how to beat a lot of systems. That's all I'm gonna say. God doesn't want me to work because he doesn't want me to. He wants me to focus on him. I don't really know the reason, but I guess I'd be distracted when I be working and prideful, I guess. But he wants to really take care of me like he told me in the dream, November. I'm gonna get to that part. He told me in the dream. Yeah, besides all that, I remember what happened. We stand in the house, man, and then my mom left again. My mom left us there again. My friend came, put all our stuff. He helped me put all that stuff on there, and some of that stuff was still on his truck, man. But he got rid of it. But man, I remember staying with him with all my dogs. I had got another dog, that was a bad decision. That dog was horrible. She was jealous I don't know why she was jealous when I gave all the dogs the same love. That dog was attacking my female dogs. Well, she was a female too, but because she was jealous. And my dog Stormy, she doesn't play that. I know Stormy was a dominant dog because of how she act. So she was dominant towards all the other dogs. No dog could beat her because I used to wrestle with her, so it was hard for a dog to just pin her down. But besides all that, my friend let us stay there. His uncle, he begged his uncle, even though he was dealing with a death, his grandma had just died. And mind you this, I'm gonna tell you this, throughout this whole time, people were just, in my family, was just dying left to right. So I was dealing with deaths in the family, homelessness, all this other stuff. And yeah, bro, it's just crazy. So we leave that part, staying with my friend, me and my little brother Tyler. My brother Quiz had his own place. No, he was staying with some friends, and eventually he got his own apartment. My sister was staying with some guy that was abusive. It was just horrible, man. I remember staying with my friend Michael, and I remember just dealing with a lot of warfare. I always thought his uncle told me that I didn't have to leave. I could stay there, if I wanted to. Like, of course I was gonna have to pay rent, but it was just my brother being with me. They know how my little brother is. He was stealing and stuff. Like, they know he was a bad kid. So if I would let my brother go and I was gonna get rid of that gray pit bull that I added, I was gonna get rid of her and just have my 2 pit bulls and a puppy that my sister had. I was just gonna get rid of. What I should have did was send my brother to my little brother's dad's house, because that's who we ended up asking. Asked my little brother's dad if we can come there. He was already asking me to come out there to watch them and stuff, to my little brothers, to help them and lead them and stuff, which I tried to, but I teach them about the Lord and stuff, but they had their own way of doing stuff. But yeah, we ended up staying up there, and that was horrible. Like, that was even worse than all this other stuff. I'm staying with this guy, man. First week, he just snapped on me for no reason. And mind you, I was already looking for a job. He was cussing me out and stuff about not having a job, this and that. I'm like, bro, I literally just got here. And mind you, every time we got in an argument, he would kick me out or something. Sometimes I'd be sleeping outside for like 5 days. Sometimes I couldn't even be in his yard. I've been walking the streets, feet burning up. It was hot too. This was last year. It was hot, sweating, dirty, sleeping in dog cages. The Lord doesn't want me doing that, buddy. I already be talking to him about that, and he just tell me, like, he got me. He just want me to focus on him. Money will be. That's why I said, let me get to it. I'll tell you, you're gonna see why he doesn't want me working. I remember, yeah, he just kicked me out. I remember walking the streets, bro. My feet hot, blisters. I'm walking miles away, like miles, to the city part of Thomasville, Georgia, because the guy was kicking me out. He would tell me my dogs had to go too, but mind you, I would ask the Lord, why is you letting me go through this? I'm tired of going through the same stuff. And I remember calling my friends. Nobody could come get me. My friend Michael, he was in Utah. My friend from down south, he would lie and say he'd come and get me, but he'd never come and get me. No, I didn't block you. Why would I block you? Yeah, nobody could come get me. The Lord said nobody is coming to help me. This is what the Lord said. The Lord literally said nobody is coming to help me. I remember just sitting there, like, I actually cried. Like, I was like, dang, bro, I'm really in this position, no help. Eventually, God let me back in. Like, I think I was a week outside, no job. I remember I tried to work with him. Well, I wasn't even supposed to work there. Then I ended up working at one working at a paint and body shop, and it was horrible there. They was paying me like $50 sometimes or $100 a week, man. I'm working hard, bro. Sanding cars, prepping cars for be painted. Bro, it was horrible, bro. I'm helping fix cars. Mind you, I don't really know about fixing cars like that. I'm not on like a advanced level, but I knew something. And I was sanding cars, bro. Sometimes I had to do a whole car by myself, or like big vendors things, or I guess I don't know how to say it, but bro, it was horrible, bro. And I remember the guy was like, man, the guy I was working for, he was horrible, bro. He was an old guy. And he told me that he was gonna start me at 150, then move me up every week. But he lied. He was giving his money to this lady he was dealing with. He was 70. He was dealing with like a 30-year-old. And it was like, bro. And then the guy would cuss me out because I couldn't pay him all the time because he started making me pay rent. I had to pay him $50 a week, and then it switched up to paying him $350 every month. And I would pay him $100 a week, and then it switched up to paying $350 every day, every first of the month. So when I would do that, sometimes he would still kick me out. His business still running. I don't know what that is. But yeah, he would still kick me out, bro. And I used to be sleeping outside, bro. Like mosquitoes biting me. Like I'm sleeping at parks. The 70-year-old. Nah, he had a car. He owned a paint and body shop. But I don't know if it's still running or not. But I seen him one time. He was driving past me. Because eventually, I ended up working on this farm. Because I kept trying to get out Dollar General, but for some reason, I couldn't even get hired. I remember my application got deleted out the system. I was like, that had to be God. Because I wanted that Dollar General so bad. But I remember working on this farm. He was a white old man. And when I used to walk past, because mine used to walk a lot, I used to walk past him. I was like, I thought he was mean or racist or something. Like, I was like, he don't want no black guy working for him. So I went up going there because I seen the help on the sign. I went over there when I was coming home from buying dog food. And I was like, yo, the Lord always spoke to me. He told me nobody's going to help me come and save me. Now, mind you, the Lord would send people to send me $50 sometimes, or $70 or $10, you know, to get something to eat, you know. But sometimes I didn't have no food. You know, them 5 days I was sleeping outside, I didn't eat. I didn't eat nothing. Yo, it was hard. But the Lord, yeah, he was definitely humbling me because I was very prideful. Especially when I had my hair, bro. I was pulling any woman I wanted. The ones I wanted. The ones that played hard and good, I didn't want them to deal with them. But I wasn't finna chase after you. But, man, I was prideful. And Lord broke me. That staying in Thomasville, Georgia, broke me down to where I really had to see that it's only gonna go how he wanted, not how I wanted. So I'm dealing with that, bro. He kicking me out back before. So eventually I got a job at this farm, and it was good. I'm talking about, and that's when YouTube talk. I know my YouTube went from like 30 to 75 followers to like 300. I was like, bro, how God showed you your penis, Paul. He showed me through a dream in high school, and then I ended up joining the group, and the Lord told me my wife was in the group, and he started giving me dreams about this one girl, and we're gonna be married real soon, but I don't know when. Sometime this year, before November or September. Just know it's coming soon. But yeah. What's saying? Yeah. I ended up working there. It was paying me good. I remember I had to pay him $350, and I had got paid $200. I ain't even have enough to pay the dude. No matter, I had $250. I only need 50 most, but one of the guys ended up giving me $100, and I ended up being able to pay the guy $350, and I paid the guy back next week. And we ended up being close friends. I still talk to them today. They kind of worldly, but I preach the gospel to them. You know, they know about Jesus and stuff. You know, they always say they want to get right someday. You know, before it's too late. But yeah. working there, and I still went into situations because like I said, I always had a problem with. I always had the last thing to say. Like, I wasn't gonna let nobody disrespect me, just say crazy stuff to me. And the guy was a liar. He was a manipulator, bro. He would say stuff to me, right? And then when I tell him, like, remember you said this? Oh, I didn't say that. You retarded, this and that. I'm like, bro, you literally said this. And he'll make a scene. Oh, did I say that? He'll go around asking the whole lot. I ain't say that. Did I say that? This and that. I'm like, bro, you literally said that. But besides that, bro, it was times he would try to fight me. And I was like, I'm not scared of him. Like, I used to tell my little brothers, like, I be trying to tell him, your dad gonna have to shoot me, because he'll tell me, he tell me, like, oh, I'm gonna shoot you if you ever this and that. I'm like, I'm not scared of that. Like, you gonna have to do that, because you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win a fight with me. Like, I'm not the best fighter, but I told him, like, he's not gonna win no fight, bro. Pray about it. Yeah, the guy, I end up, after all this stuff, I'm gonna Lord, like, pray for him. So I ended up praying for him. And next thing you know, bro, he just started being so nice to me. Like, I was like crazy. It's like he wanted to treat me like a child, even though of course I had to pay him rent, but it's like I had to understand that I just had to obey his rules. I wasn't even breaking his rules for real, just because I didn't have a job. Sometimes he doesn't want no grown man staying with him not working, and I always had something to say, so he would take it as disrespect if I had something to say, after he said it, even if he was wrong, because he always think he right. And he's a very powerful man. Like, that's the most powerful man I ever seen in my life. And the Lord, I know, like, the Lord did his thing sometimes. I know one time he got beat up at his job by a bunch of young dudes, probably like around my age. I know that I was like, because this man used to be tweaking. And I remember just dealing with that guy kicking me out all the time, bro. He cussing me out in front of people, embarrassing me, bro, like in front of his family. Like, he just embarrassing me, bro. And I hated staying with him, like, literally. And I was so ready to leave. I remember every day it was hard for me to sleep sometimes, because I used to have to, like, watch over my back. Like, because sometimes I used to wake up him telling me getting out. I used to wake up with him just in his moods, Yeah, so dealing with that, bro. And when November came, bro, last year, the Lord gave me a dream. The Lord appeared to me in my dream. I remember he was in my dream. He was in my dream walking with me. I was telling my family, I was like, y'all see Jesus? It was like, yeah, but find out they was lying later on in the dream. I was like, y'all see him? Find out they was like, nah, they couldn't really see him. But so I was just showing them, I'm like, this Jesus right here. I'm just telling them this Jesus, I'm talking. So man, Jesus tell me to come outside. So I come outside, follow him on the porch, and we talking. He said, I'm finna have you move. I'm finna have you move soon. He said, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm not gonna have to work none of that. He said, he's gonna take care of me, and he gonna bless me. That's what he said. He gonna bless me, right? And we ended up going back inside, and that's when I found out that he couldn't really see Jesus like I was seeing him. And then, so eventually we got to I think January, February, March. That's when I was asking y'all to donate to help me move. And y'all was really, man, but Satan was really attacking too, because I had to spend money on stuff, like large amounts of money on stuff, just so I could move too as well. So it's kind of like bad. But y'all, the Lord was really using my YouTube to really help me. And then I remember I ended up moving like the end of March. I came here. I had to stay in a hotel until we got to deny from a lot of places. So eventually we got here. We got approved. Now I'm here, I'm here in this moment. The Lord don't bless me with a car. Lord be blessing me just sometimes when I be like, Lord, I just, I be needing money for food or gas, or just needing money for stuff. He'll bless me. But yeah, that's really it, bro. That's really it. The Lord really be coming through. And he tell me all the time, like, just chill, like he want to take care of me. Houston is all right. I don't really like the weather. It reminds me of Florida. But I met Jalen Wilson He texted me. I joined his group that his wife had, and I was telling him the dreams that the Lord was giving me about him. And I remember we ended up getting close. Mind you, I was already watching his YouTube, and we ended up meeting up here as soon as I got here. Meeting. Yeah, Jalen Wilson. Yeah. Tough. I'm gonna be going to the gym with him late nights just to hoop. Or during the day, we working out with him. I'm trying to get some money, so whenever the Lord bless me, I'm gonna get a membership. It's like $130, but I gotta pay 35 at first on the first. I saw a video where you just up and left somewhere. It's $135 a month, but they got a gym here, but they don't have a basketball court in my apartment complex. Who church? To my Kryptonite church? All I'm gonna say is the Lord, He will take care of you, bro. Like, don't worry, because I thought I wasn't gonna have the money. You know, I got YouTube. Even before the YouTube, the Lord will always make sure I had a place to go. Even if I had to sleep outside for a couple of days or in the car or something. The Lord, yeah, I mean, that's crazy you said move to Dallas. Yeah, Jalen Wilson said he feel like the Lord gonna have me move to Dallas. But I don't know when. But yeah, the Lord He gonna take care of you, man. Don't be scared. That's all I can say. This season, and the crazy part is last year, my friend prophesied to me. He was like, next year you're not gonna be in the same position. It's gonna be a 180, and I can truly say that. Like, I was homeless last year around this time. Like, now, Lord got me a place to stay. But Texas is super hot. Um, the Lord working on me with meeting with people, and not even just meeting with people, like doing stuff. Yeah, I got a TikTok. It should be my name, Omarion7X. But yeah, the Lord gonna take care of you. You cool with Sam Be the Light? I watch his videos before, but I don't really pay attention to him like that. I don't really watch anybody at all. I don't watch anybody. I'm not really. I mean, I watch Jalen Wilson videos sometimes, but not all the time. The Lord just doesn't have me watching anybody. What I do on YouTube is watch people play the game. Family Texas, but I truly don't know them like that. I try reaching out to a women's shelter, but they have not reached me. I mean, I wouldn't say go to a women's shelter. It would be better if you stayed in like a cheap hotel, like a motel, really. And if you got a car, you can do DoorDash to make the money. I promise DoorDash will get you right for hotel money. You'll make enough money to get the hotel within that same day. And food. Texas is good for DoorDash. The Lord will be with you. Has anyone seen me in Mac videos yet? I kind of had a reputation saying I don't listen to everyone. I just watch Carlin. Who is... Yeah, I don't think I ever seen you in Mac Prayers video at all. But I think that might be it. I definitely appreciate y'all for joining, man. If you feel led to sew into my channel, you can. My registry, most of my stuff is on. I think I set it to where you can add stuff on my registry if you want to, but most of my stuff already coming in the mail. Somebody just got all. They're talking about someone will show me the around time. I forgot which book, but it was a girl who lost her son and just up and moved somewhere. yeah, the Lord will definitely do his thing. He'll put you around people to, help you. Now, with me, it was just Jalen Wilson and the church community, but it was really the Lord. Like, funds-wise, I didn't really receive help from anybody else but from YouTube. But after I get 600 more watch time hours, I officially be getting paid from YouTube. Yeah, that's the Lord. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all, man, for all the help getting me through this time. Like I said, without YouTube, I don't know where I'd be. Y'all really be helping me. Like, y'all just be sending money out of nowhere. But that's really it, man. My next video gonna be about something. I don't forgot what it was supposed to be about. Still haven't fixed the Coinbase. I ain't even fixed it. It made me so mad because they sold I had $150 worth. Cause I had to use I had to use my crypto to get here too. I had like 1,000 in there, but they sold my sale limit and it said error. I remember it said error because I was with Crypto Night at the car dealership, and I remember my junk was going off. I'm thinking they selling. That junk was done. It's my error, but yeah, that's really it. I don't really care about Coinbase no more. I'll put money in there before a certain time. So, yeah, I'm not really worried. Yeah, Texas is a promised land for a lot of people. When I got here, the Lord just took over. No, not really. I went to like the revival parts, but I helped set it up, not the church stuff. No. I used to be on crypto.com, but now like sometimes like I have my people. I just took all my stuff off of crypto.com and put it on Coinbase. But the Lord gonna do his thing. I'm not really worried, if he really want me into invest into it, he'll give me the right time to put it in there, like he already told me. So I already know when to put stuff back in there. But yeah, bro, I definitely appreciate y'all. I don't use KuCoin either, but that's it, man. Appreciate y'all questions too. I have to register my car there for Uber rides. Oh yeah, I just registered mine. My tag supposed to be coming in the mail. Yeah, but I'm finna start getting more in shape. I'm trying to go to the gym and hoop and stuff. I just gotta wait till the Lord bless me to get this membership. I'll be going there like every night. My car getting fixed right now because the car they gave me, the bumper fell off while I coming home from church. So they didn't look at it all the way before they gave it to me. The rear bumper. So they just fixing it right now. But I appreciate y'all, man.